little bit sassy, a little bit crazy, a little bit classy. We got dreams and we got goals. We're just a couple of old sassholes.
All right, I'm gonna start.
You ready to rage?
I'm gonna do some talking. Okay, so we have a lot of sources. We always have to do that because we steal stuff from other people. I have a Wikipedia, Murderpedia. Apparently Heather watched this and I got some of her notes from her, so I have to put this in here on August 11th, the 2020 episode of Hollywood Crime Scene.
Oh, that's very specific of me.
And you said, let me tell you, I think we would like to hang out with these girls.
Oh, don't get jealous.
An episode of Autopsy on HBO season 6, episode 1. I was in History Hub, All That's Interesting, and KQED.
History Hub. You're usually in the other hub. Pornhub.
I was like, what's the other one?
Don't be coy. You know what I'm talking about.
Stop it. Okay, who remembers Carl Tanzler? Who remembers the Tanzler guy?
Does anybody? Just one?
Good. I'm so happy. I'm about to blow your fucking mind.
Oh, God.
In so many horrible, just crazy ways.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Sure.
Buckle the fuck up.
I guess. I don't have a choice at this point.
We're going to hop in time, and we're going to go to February 8th, 1887 in Germany.
Okay.
So we have a guy who's a pathological liar. He knows... he doesn't have like a crazy upbringing, which I think a lot of us prefer that to be the case because it's easier for us to understand people doing fucked up shit if somebody touched their pee-pee when they were a kid. It didn't happen here. It didn't happen. He had a very normal upbringing. He did do some stuff, like Germany was a hard time back then. But
no pee-pee touching, but everything else was rugged.
Right.
Okay.
Everything else was pretty much like
Yeah.
smooth sailing. He was a super liar because back in the day, apparently you couldn't really fact check everything. Though I do wonder a few things as we'll dig into it because I'm like, what do you mean? I feel like you would have to know. Like, I can't just be like, you guys, I went to Harvard. And everyone's like, she went to Harvard? Why'd you laugh that hard? I could have gone to Harvard if I tried a little harder.
You were smart.
And God, I'm hurting my feelings. Anyway, so his younger days were super chill, not much to talk about. And then we're really just going to process what starts to go awry later on. He's really nerdy. In 1903, that's whenever the Wright brothers took flight, because I know you guys all wanted some fun facts. And with that, he got into airplanes. By airplanes, I mean glider planes, because I don't know the difference between those back in that time. I don't know. Don't
Tell
ask
all of us.
I do.
Okay.
Shit. I don't know. But glider planes, which were specifically the earlier of the planes.
Okay.
I do know that much.
The earliest of the planes.
Yeah, and he got into engineering. And then whenever he was younger, he had started, he said he started getting these visions from an ancestor who had passed away.
Oh, so he's just making shit up?
Right. Okay. But first, everything I read said that he was seeing his ancestor that had passed away. No shit. Aren't all ancestors dead?
What's an ancestor?
I don't feel like an ancestor is my grandmother.
You don't see them at family reunions. No.
I don't get it. Well, anyway, he picked one, and her name is Countess Anna Constantia von Kassel.
Did you say Countess?
Countess.
The fuck? Is that like a government name?
It is a vampiress.
Okay.
I don't know. No, but actually, this bitch was like pretty famous, and she was the mistress of Augustus the Strong, which was the king of Poland.
I think he was on that hub you were talking about earlier too. Augustus the Strong.
I'm intrigued that he was like, I'm gonna say I'm getting visions. I'm getting them from an ancestor, and it's a famous slut. Because that's pretty much what it was.
Countess?
Yes. Anyway, stop it. You know you're like. Anyway. So he shows her a face of a woman. She's exotic. She has dark hair, dark eyes.
Okay.
And he's like, I have confirmed that this will be my soulmate. He picks this image, and he's like, this is it.
So he just sees a picture.
He has a wet dream.
Oh, God.
If you ask me, sees a girl, and he's like, that's it. Now I just got to wait for her.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's weird.
He's just waiting. So now this guy is definitely eclectic. So he lies, and it kind of makes sense to like the way that he carries himself. He's 24 years old. By the time he's 24, he's telling everyone that he has 9 advanced degrees in biology, science, medicine, all the smart people shit that I could have gone to Harvard for. And I don't know why, but like no one calls to confirm any of this. So he actually gets to progress in his life.
What?
As someone who has 9 advanced degrees at the age of 24.
Oh, Tracy, listen, I have my PhD, just so you know. That's an extra pay grade or something, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, if you can just say shit, I'm going to start saying shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, if you just have to say it and then it happens, then that's fine.
Okay.
He would travel a lot, and he told people that he had a fucking island because that's casual and normal, and also really hard to confirm.
Yeah. It's like, it's right over there. I promise. Turn right at the dollar store.
It was a coconut plantation of all
What?
things. Yeah. He goes to Australia in his early 30s, which was when World War I broke out. Since he was a German citizen, he was put into, for lack of a better term, a concentration camp for safekeeping. But it wasn't like Auschwitz, so we don't have to feel too guilty.
Okay.
I don't know the situation because I didn't read that far into it because everything else got really fucking juicy, but he was over there hanging out. He definitely talked about building, this one confused me, I know I should know more history, but he talks about building a sailboat to escape.
What?
And I'm like, but then I realized that I think that the place that he was like in a body of water.
Oh.
That's the only way I can assume it. I was over here thinking it was Shawshank Redemption, and he's like spooning through the wall. But I guess not. I have no idea.
Who knows? Everyone's here for the facts. It's fine.
Math
This
and
is a
facts.
seminar about killing shit.
Yeah. So while he's locked up, he keeps thinking about this woman that he saw in his once more childlike wet dreams. For anyone that doesn't know what a wet
What kind of dreams are those? I'm
wet
naked in front of
dream?
like my high school senior class. Like, how does this guy just have these good dreams?
Oh, I thought you were really asking.
What? No, I'm asking.
A wet dream is
No,
when a
shut
young
up.
boy,
I'm kidding.
and then his sheets are moist.
Ew! You did that on purpose.
I did.
You're such a bitch. All right.
I know. I've been sitting here with my phone in my pocket vibrating.
Someone
Nailed
calling
it.
you? Stop calling her. She's trying to talk.
Oh, I'm gonna derail. So pausing. If you guys saw these little things, they're little. We said we were gonna talk
Yes,
about them. I
we
just
did.
saw it. I don't know if you saw these. They're little wristbands, but you actually take them, and it prevents you from getting roofied by creepy guys, and it covers up at the top of your cup.
Yeah.
So you guys have to don't get roofied. Don't get roofied.
PSA.
Not here.
That was a PSA
This is a
break.
safe spot.
Brought to you by the Green Dot Initiative.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So everyone I wanted to make sure I didn't forget.
No, that's good.
So anyway, he's locked up. He's in his concentration camp.
Okay.
He keeps having dreams about this woman because he believes that she's coming to him at night.
Well,
And-
something's coming at night.
I
but-
know. And you are not wrong. And for 7 days, at some point, she
7
eventually
days.
stops appearing to him. And so he gets all like disgruntled, and who really cares? He eventually does get out.
Okay.
His hometown, though, was sadly bombed terribly, and he lost everything. And then
no.
listed in the category of his items were books, research, and jewels.
And Jules.
Jewels.
Was he a fucking pirate? What do you
Was
mean?
he like fucking 24? Who is Jules?
Who is Jules at 20? Who is him at 38? Will buy me some shit. I would like some fancy rocks.
I'm over
Please,
here.
sir. I am tired of this mistreatment. This is awful.
Yeah.
And I love you. Okay.
I feel like if someone was like, what did you have? I'd be like, I have a lot of bedding and an excess
Bedding.
of shower curtains.
Oh my, you do have so
We
many
have
shower
so
curtains. She's like,
many
it's
shower
Earth
curtains.
Day. We have to change it for Earth Day. And I'm like,
Who doesn't need a shower curtain with a big world on it? It's fine.
that's right.
So Carl's in his 40s now.
Okay.
He comes back to Germany, so there was some travel in between that really doesn't add to the storyline, so I didn't add it into the story. And so then he marries this girl named Doris Schaefer. As I mentioned, he's in his 40s, and she is 18.
Ew. 18.
I know. I literally said, cue the ooh.
Cue the ooze for sure.
Apparently their marriage was not, like, thriving, and he openly, get ready, said that she wasn't the woman of his dreams. I'm over here like, I would fucking kill you, Travis. We're about to get married. And he's just like, she's not the woman of my dreams, but...
That is so mean. Like,
Right?
she's all right. I really want this bitch.
And there's this
My
other girl
sleep
I've been waiting
bitch.
for.
I want my sleepy bitch.
My dream bitch.
But you'll be all right, I guess. Come on, let's go to Denny's. Whatever.
Right? Oh.
I just got more grossed out about Denny's than the fact that they're like 22 years apart.
I was thinking about the sex. And I was grossed out by it. Anyway,
Now we all are, so keep going.
You're welcome. And obviously everyone wanted to have babies, so they were cranking them out. One of them died at 10 of diphtheria, and I was stupid enough to click on what the fuck diphtheria is.
What is
If you guys didn't know it, it's a big old sassy puss bags in the back of your throat.
Did you just say puss bags on a microphone?
Sassy puss.
Go get some sassy snacks right now, because everyone's hungry.
But we don't die from it now. It's very uncommon for us to die.
We have come far.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Yes. So he decides to take his family to the U.S., and they end up in Zephyr Hills, Florida, which is right outside of Tampa. His sister lived there. No exciting reason as to why he landed there on the map. He ends up taking a job as a radiology... Oh, wait. Can you press a button?
Oh, sure.
I want you to see the guy. And I knew this would happen, and I'd forget the power.
It's because I wasn't paying attention. I was engrossed in the story. Look, here he is, guys.
Oh, it's going to come to all the screens.
It's going to come to all the TVs, and you're just going to have to wait, and that's why we didn't charge you. This is what you get what you pay for. So here's that. Is it on all the TVs? Yes, it sure is.
Yeah, there he is.
I am basically an IT person, and I need everyone to look at the TVs to see those little chicken legs.
I know. His outfit was kind of cute.
And you just picture him climbing on top of an 18-year-old.
Ew.
Right?
Ew.
Gross. Those are not Chad Benefield legs, I can tell you that. Just saying.
So this guy, he ends up taking a job as a radiology technician at the U.S. Marine Hospital in Key West, which is like 7 hours from his fan band.
Oh.
So I'd say they're pretty far away from each other, whatever on that part.
Yeah.
As he comes to the U.S., he's like, let's change my name.
What does he change his name to?
Count von Kossel.
Stop. Wait a minute. What? Say it one more time.
Count Carl von Kossel.
Count Chocula.
Yes.
What a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, I know.
What do you mean?
I don't.
Can anyone just
Why
do
are
that?
you yelling at me?
I'm mad. I don't know.
I did not change my name to that.
I wish you would.
He's not winning any awards with his coworkers. Apparently, he's very like self-important, which kind of I'm getting the vibe by his face personally.
Yeah.
That he just thinks that he's like better than everyone else.
He shouldn't in that fucking outfit.
He is a maverick though on the clothing. Like fashion is his thing. So he likes to wear different suits. He likes them to match his cane because he's a fucking Count Dracula, and that's what he does.
I can't.
And that's what he does.
I can't.
Anyway, at one point I don't even know.
Y'all, it's about to get real weird, so.
Okay, so he ends up buying a wrecked airplane body. So it doesn't have any wings.
Casual.
No wings. And he decides that he's going to restore it. And he does this in the parking lot at the hospital.
What?
And they
what do you
let
mean?
him.
Just out back?
Yeah,
He's like, hey, I'm going to park my hangar back here and put some wings back on it.
I
What do you
guess.
mean?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm so
I wasn't
dense.
there. I wasn't a part of the hospital crew to let him do it.
Oh, well.
But whatever.
Okay.
And then everything changes, though. So I just want you guys to know, it doesn't add to the story that much, but I think it's really important to know that this dude had an airplane that was just hanging out in the parking lot at this hospital.
That's weird.
And he wasn't even a doctor. So at the end
Why
of the
was he at the
day,
hospital?
he was self-proclaimed in everything. So he wasn't a doctor. He was a radiology technician. Whether or not he really fucking was, or he just told people he was, he got away with it. Go him for getting away with it.
He just walked in and was like, I work here. Don't mind my plane.
This
It's
is
fine.
what I'm doing. And they're like, oh, just let the radio tech guy just drop off this airplane. I'll never understand. So on April 22nd, can you hit me with your best shot?
I always do. I always do.
On April 22nd of 1930, he meets Maria Elena Mejagro
What is
Del
her?
Hoya.
Wait, what's her last name?
Mejagro Del Hoya.
That's what I was going to guess.
She comes to the hospital, this sweet little baby angel. She comes to the hospital with her mom for an exam. She's a hottie, and she's exotic, and the moment that he sees her, he's just like, this is my bitch. This is my
From his
bitch,
dreams?
From my visions. And from that second,
Okay.
he becomes the creepiest motherfucker we've ever heard of in our entire lives.
Oh my God, y'all, it's about to get real
It's gonna get real nasty.
nasty.
Okay, so she's a Cuban American who had been sick for a while. She was married at the time to this punk ass motherfucking bitch named Lewis.
Wow, you're so shy.
Because I'm so annoyed. So Lewis, she ends up suffering a miscarriage, and he fucking left her. Left her right after she had a
Little chicken legs, dork?
No, wait, what?
Oh, what?
What? Not him. Wait.
Oh, okay, go.
No, Lewis.
Yeah.
Her husband.
Okay, got it.
Not chicken
That's
legs.
what I meant.
So he leaves her, and she actually thought that she was sick from her miscarriage. I don't know what that experience was like in 1930, so I feel like everyone was probably pretty sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he leaves her, and they go to the hospital, and she finds out that she has the worst form of tuberculosis.
Oh, no.
Now, this disease would eventually be the death of most of her family. So it's a bummer bear.
She's I was laughing at MCAT.
What?
I was laughing at MCAT, not you, sorry. I wasn't laughing at tuberculosis. I feel like I need to fucking say that. Okay.
Of that.
Because I'm up, you're like, she died, and I'm like, MCAT. Jesus.
Can you
All right.
focus?
I'm sorry. Okay.
My God. Anyway. So she's only 21 at the time, which is so sad.
Yeah.
And Carl is now somewhere in his 50s. He's like 52, 53 when he gets real fucking weird.
Okay.
But he was quoted saying, when he first saw her,
oh no.
I looked into the face of unearthly beauty, the face of the bride, which had been promised to be by my ancestor 40 years before. Her voice was soft and sweet and childlike.
What? And childlike?
It reminded me of a mockingbird singing in spring.
What? That's so fucking weird.
I know.
Like, could you imagine if Travis like, baby, you sound like a mockingbird turned in a swing?
More like
what the fuck? That's so dumb.
It's more like Travis's great-grandfather saying that to me.
Yeah, I'm
grosser.
What? Ugh. You sound like a mockingbird. Like, shut up.
So at this point, he's like, how do I win her affection? What's the best way to do it? Lavish her with gifts, because apparently she's a sugar daddy in Miami. I don't know.
He better buy her something under saying that weird shit.
Keep in mind, he's still fucking married with 2 fucking kids.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, I just have to be like, hey, he has a fan bam and a whole little thing over here.
All right.
So he gives her gifts of jewelry and clothing, and I'm sure she's like, I don't really give a fuck, I'm dying. I don't care about this new outfit.
Right.
Like, ladies, am I right? Like, truly.
Like, what is she gonna do with this pantsuit? I can't. I
can't get out of bed. I'm not gonna make it to the fucking conference.
Well, you know he's lousy with jewels. So.
I know. So the family kind of like deals with it. There's a lot of parts in this where you're like, what the fuck was her parents thinking? And I'm gonna tell you what they're thinking. It's fucking the 1900s. It's been a hard time. They need someone to pay the bills of this sick little daughter. Yeah. So I'm gonna assume that they just kind of like get on the canoe and shimmy their way through the waters, just hoping that they don't get dumped over by him being a creepy motherfucking perv. Because I think they were just trying to be nice. And they thought he was a doctor or of a doctor descent, if you will. And so they were just kind of like leaning in. He agreed to do all of these like, what's that word? Experimental?
That's
like
what
procedures.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I thought you were. Mm-hmm. Experimental procedures to try to cure her, which at the time there was no cure. She was going to die. So basically he was doing weird shit to her.
Yeah.
In her home. And he was doing all of it at no cost. So.
Oh, how sweet. Fucking perv.
I don't know what I would do, but I'd probably be like, let's take this to the very, very extreme. I don't let this go. I might even let him cop a feel.
What?
Dude, you're over here trying to save my life and grab a boob.
Oh, he's like, I promise I have to massage these and it makes TB go away. You just grab your titties. What do you? Someone's gonna come up to you after this and be like, do you have TB or do you want me to check?
I don't know. I just feel like, anyway, it's fine. So he proposes to her, because that's casual.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so he proposes to her numerous times, and one of them, like the History Hub website, which really is a thing, and they have great detail, by the way. Mm-hmm. They say that she says no and continued to tell him that he was much too old for her. She was not legally divorced from her husband.
Also, yes.
And bro was like, but still fucking marry me. He still didn't stop.
Man, tenacity.
Yeah.
Being a
her sister said that she looked at him much like a grandfather, being that once more she was 21 and he was 53.
Come here, Papa, give me a kiss. What do you mean? Why would you want to marry somebody that's like grandfather-like?
Dude, his wife was probably like 24 at the time.
Well, he's fucking gross.
He is. Eventually, though, the family is like, get the fuck away from me. Like, you have exhausted our, like, permits of freaky, creepy weirdness.
Yeah.
And I can't do it anymore.
It took that long. I'm judging him a little bit.
Oh, my, you are not wrong. But you know what? If it's your daughter's life on the line, that's what I'm saying. Cop a feel. Anyway, they kick him out of their home, and they go as far as, look at this shit. They move the fuck away. They move away and try to not let anyone know where they live.
What year is this again?
Look at this. In the 1930s.
That's
Yahoo.
No, I was like, it's not like they're going to be like.
And then he walks the streets looking for her.
What?
And then a fucking neighbor feels bad. And they're like, hey, Carl, 2 doors down.
A neighbor told him where they went?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking dumb.
Well, I can't figure out in any scenario where, I don't know.
Just like, hey, you know what? They just skipped town because you're a fucking creepy grandpa.
You think the random neighbor knew that?
I don't know.
They were just like, hey, there's this old grandpa's looking for his
Some lady's tending to her tulips outside and she was bored. She started to stir that fucking pot a little bit.
They said a distressed neighbor. or a sympathetic neighbor.
Because whatever.
Anyway, so as he's stalking, because we are officially stalking, we have now changed our T-shirt from creepy to fucking stalky. Yeah. His daughter dies. That's when his 10-year-old daughter dies of diphtheria. Oh. All of this is why he's stalking Elena. Oh. I know, motherfucker. So sadly, on October 25th, 1 year later, 1931, Elena passes away at her parents' house in Key West. Not in West Key West, in Key West, Florida. It's noted that at the time of her death, Elena hated Carl. I want to make sure that this one's clear because this is probably the saddest part to me. Because I found this through History Hub. That she had told her sister that she hated this man and she had despised him because at this point he had been truly stalking her. Yeah. And he was, I wrote pestering and I'm like, bitch. That's not a pester. A pester is like if I do this like twice. Yes. It was fucking stalking. I pester you. If cameras were invented, he would have shoved one up in her toilet. Like, he's a creep. Act like I'm wrong. When you said toilet, I thought her butthole. And what? I was like, what? No, that's what goes on the toilet is a butthole. And I was like... You literally looked at me like, should we pause? Why are you talking about assholes? Okay, you gave me the... That was great. That fucked with me. Yeah, no, I meant the toilet. That got it. I know what you're talking about now. Just making sure. Okay. Everything's fine. Yes. Anyway, sorry. So she had hated the guy, and obviously because of everything that happened. So he was not her savior. He was not the sweet old man that wanted to help her. No. He was the creepy fucking stalker. Yes. But even with all of that, the family does let Carl pay for the funeral. They let him pay for it? They're like, hey, you're pretty gross, but buy this coffin. Yes. Yeah? Okay, yeah. Oh. They're like, you're creeping me out, but yeah, just fuck it, pay for the funeral. And, you know, get that free shit, baby, or whatever you got to do. He then builds an elaborate mausoleum. I can't make this shit up. At this point, I cannot fucking make it up. This mausoleum is huge. Like, it is huge. It's huge. It's huge? That's what she said. Is it? It's huge. It's like a big one. That is also what she said. And, okay, look at this other crazy piece, though. He also engraved, so there's like this big fucking, like, you know in those old houses and they have that green sign that's on the side of it and it says when the house is built and all that shit? Yes. So they have that, and and that's like her saying her fucking name. In the corner, this motherfucker put his fucking name on the tombstone. What? He put CD, which is count. Okay. D, Castle. He put her fucking name in the bottom right portion of her tomb. He did what? Because he paid for it? Like it was like a piece of artwork, and he signed the bottom. What a fucking weirdo. Isn't that weird? Now, you can apparently see this at the Fort Martello Museum in Key West. So book us a flight because we're fucking going to look. Oh, it's still there? Yeah. Oh. Which is confusing, too, because of something else I read. I'm going to have a few things of, like, maybe this happened. I'm pretty sure it did. It's fine. So he's already doing crazy shit, but it's time for us to down the rest of our bevy and get fucking ready. Because now we're going to get creepy and gross. He's like, you know what would make this a great scenario? What? Installing a telephone so that I can talk to her. Wait, she's dead. Thank you. So, like, he installs Who's he calling? Her. Her body? Yes. He installs a phone in her coffin so he can talk to her every night. He visits her. Thank you, Aaron. You needed it. That makes no sense. He sings Spanish love songs to her. I'm done with this. Every single night. What do you mean? I don't know how else to tell you. La cucaracha. Yeah, that's okay. Sweet. You're sleeping in that little box. Like, now, I didn't know she was going to keep going. So sorry. Oh. So the other part, too, is like in the research you had done, too, you talked about like that he had done a double wall in this mausoleum. So essentially, if you don't know what a mausoleum is, it's a house for a coffin. And maybe he was doing stuff where he was pumping some stuff in there. I bet he was. Like not his penis. Oh. I know, that's what you're thinking. I was thinking it too. Pumping some kind of like gas or something to like prevent maybe the body from aging or decomposing. That's just another. He likes them young. You know, some things that could be happening. What's also interesting though with a mausoleum is you can't really confirm if there's a coffin in there or a body. Oh God. As we foreshadow. Somehow this guy who stalked his fucking daughter, they let him move into their house.
Wait.
Elena's parents let him move into Elena's bedroom.
No.
Elena's fucking bedroom after she died, and he pays $20 a month.
Wait. That's a pretty sweet rent gig, first of all.
I also saw that it said $5, and then I think it was like maybe $325 a month or something in our time.
Either way, it's pretty
You know,
good
he's
value.
just jacking off on that bed.
Oh, God. And you're so right, but...
Oh, just smelling the pillow.
Oh, my God.
How did her parents not know that, though? I'm not making that up. I am deducing this. I am deducing this from everything we have been told.
Deducing?
I'm deducing.
I'm a 12-year-old. I'm like, she said deuce. Okay, keep.
I'm just saying. So,
Yeah.
obviously, I mean, I don't know what to say. Maybe, like, I had read, too, that they were financially, like, maybe they didn't have a lot of money, but I also read that, like, her dad was, like, owned a cigar thing. So I don't know.
What's a cigar thing?
I don't know, but I don't know what their financial situation
He owned a humidor? He's like, look at my cigars. I'm broke. That guy has jewels. He lives in our daughter's twin bed that has Hello Kitty sheets. Like, what do you...
I don't know. I can only assume they didn't have a lot
I don't know.
of money.
I feel like I get angry at you, but I'm mad at the story.
It happens.
I keep looking at you like, I don't know. And you're like, I don't know. Sorry.
You're making me sweat.
Sorry. I'm aggressive.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why that they did that.
Tell us all.
Please don't make me cry. Okay. So he eventually does relocate at some point because I don't know. He changes locations a few times. Now, I also did read that he did have some money on his own. So he had gotten some money from like wartime stuff, and then I guess he probably made money fake radiology-ing people.
What is it?
But I feel like he had money. I'm getting a lot of vibes that he had deep pockets.
He had deep pockets? Okay.
Yeah, and so I feel like they were just, I mean, if you're wearing suits every day to work, that doesn't require
What if it's the same one, he just Febrezes it?
I don't think so, because he had different matching
He's like, no, this suit's different. This tie is blue.
Anyway, whatever. So he goes and he visits her. So every day, he had visited her every day for 2 years. So much so that whenever he eventually does stop visiting her, people are like, what's up, Carl?
Oh, no.
Where you been at?
He went there every day for 2 years.
He was talking to her on the phone.
You can't talk to... Okay.
Eventually, he's like, dude, this long-distance relationship, I can't.
Long distance.
I cannot keep going to this cemetery. I need to take you with me.
Wait, no. I forgot this part.
Let me tell you. So, 2 years after her death, 2 years, in April of 1933, he decides to sneak into the cemetery at night. And I just want you guys to know that everything says with a toy wagon, not a wagon.
Like a Red Rider?
A toy wagon. A toy wagon.
Oh.
And he removes her corpse from the mausoleum.
Stop it. He took her body out of that box?
Oh, he took it straight out that box. I read that he was wearing a wedding suit at the time.
A wedding?
So.
That's got Beetlejuice vibes.
That's so much nasty. So he takes her to his wingless airplane.
I don't feel like it's an airplane if there's no wings. It's just like a weird looking car. It can't fly.
It's just a cylinder then, right?
I would not do that on stage.
But that's what it is. I don't know. Anyway, no one's there. No one's bugging him. So he's like, it's time for me to doctor her up. Let's figure out what we're going to do here.
Oh, God.
Her body has been decomposing now for 2 years. Ugh. It has a nice slimy mold.
I'm going to vomit.
I'm going to vomit. Obviously, there are maggots throughout, and it's been decaying. So he uses his engineering mind, and he attaches her bones back together with piano wire.
What?
And he fits her face. He has special glass eyes made because her eyes have decayed and they are gone. As the skin of the corpse would decompose, Tanzler would then replace the no face with a silk cloth that he would dip in wax.
Ew. So he's just making
So it's kind of like a plaster. It's almost like, imagine 7th grade paper mache art class.
Paper mache.
Yeah? What? You didn't... I don't know. It's not, isn't it French? Are you supposed to say it weird?
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
So that happened to her face. So oddly, I can't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Jason Derulo. So I do not understand why, but her mother had given him some of her hair whenever she had died.
Okay, I'm going to pause you because her parents are reckless. Like, my dad would never be like, listen, this creepy guy's going to move into Heather's room. She's dead. Here's her hair. Give me your jewels. It's not weird. You're 72 million years older than this girl. Like that, no. I'm angry at her parents.
I feel the same way.
Okay, just making sure. Carry on.
I just want you to know.
Okay.
So there was some hair, I guess, in a Ziploc bag. I don't fucking know.
Was it in his stocking at Christmas? Because they're pretty close.
It feels very weird. But anyway, as her hair was falling out of her decomposing scalp, he created a wig from the hair that decomposed and then also this hair from her parents.
He made a wig?
He then filled her chest and her abdominal cavity with rags so that this would kind of keep the form. And then he dressed her with stockings and jewelry and gloves, and he kept the body in their marital bed together.
It's not a marital bed. He's like, I'm going to put all these rags in this lady who doesn't know I'm doing this, call her on the phone, and then do whatever you're about to tell me he's going to do. Okay.
He does more stuff.
Oh, God.
So that's not all the stuff, Heather.
I wish
the story
was.
would be a little boring towards the end.
I think it's pretty entertaining at this point.
They're obviously using lots of perfume, maybe some of those disinfectants. He's trying to use like some preserving agents to like mask the odor and try to make the body stop decomposing.
I feel like this is a really weird Febreze commercial. Remember when they would like walk people in the room and they'd be like,
"Can you smell it? What do you smell?" I smell a
fresh, and they open it and there's like dead fish
shower.
and like a football team socks on the floor.
That's very weird.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Apparently, though, he also puts a crown and like a wedding dress on her, and he's just the happiest little man in the world. He puts a privacy curtain around his bed and creates
to make sure they have privacy.
No, hold on.
Okay.
It's for the pulley system so he can move her body.
What? Wait.
Yeah, straight up, bed, dead bod.
Okay.
Pulley system to move my arms.
Stop.
I'm not making it up.
Does he play their favorite songs?
You guys can find it.
Like, what is he doing?
Everybody.
Like, what are you doing? Like, oh, God, I would have too much fun with that. Will, I'm stuffing you. I'm stuck. That's it. You're going to be a marionette? Call me Geppetto.
Dude, at the end of the day, he's like, I am bringing my bitch back to life. That's where we're supposed to be.
Life is a stretch.
He ended up making like some kind of incubation tank so that he could keep her body hydrated.
Hydrated for what? Oh, God, you're going to tell me.
Hydrated for that one Christmas that they had together where he would put wine in his mouth and then spit it into her fucking mouth.
Are you lying? Am I supposed to... Wait, he baby birded her with wine?
He baby birded her. Yeah.
Do you want to try it? No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Do you want... am I supposed to click? Don't do it! Should I click? Am I supposed to show?
Oh, yeah.
I was supposed to show you guys.
Let's show.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Okay, so what I wanted to point out, the second one is when the cops do eventually get there. If you can see how high up, like how much building up of the face had to be done because it was essentially just a wax.
Okay, I need to point a couple of things out because I can't ever shut up. So their pants are so high. Like, they are, like, up to their nipples. Like, they're having a contest, and the guy on the right won. And the other is
you know what happened is he literally walked in there, and he was like, oh, fucking shit.
He was like, oh, man.
And he had to pull them up. He was like, what the fuck is this?
Carl, I need my nuts hugged, and he pulled his pants up.
That's what I would do. I'd pull them up real tight.
I got to point this out. That looks like if I bought Michael Jackson doll on Temu. Or as I learned at the Super Bowl, Temu, which I will never fucking say. I will say Temu because I'm from Kentucky, and I would like to pay 50 cents for some socks.
You
Okay,
ain't
I'll
lying.
shut up now. Keep
Anyway,
going.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shh, there's
Sorry.
still more.
Okay.
Now, at this point, I think the worst part's probably how it all ends up playing out, besides that being terrible. So, yes, he baby birds wine. He is the happiest man. I just want to highlight, he's very happy.
I bet he is fucking happy.
When he would go travel, he took her with. How? I don't know.
He took her with him.
He took her with him. They saw things together.
Do you think they went to Sandals? Jamaica?
I don't think it, anyway. So things do eventually end for him as people, oddly enough, people start to talk. So one day, this kid walks by his house and he sees him, shit fire, dancing with her in front of the window.
He sees that little chicken leg,
little boy,
weasel of a man,
Carl, dancing
with Michelle Jackson up there on that thing.
Which I'm amazed that she was able to I'm blown away that anything's staying together.
Well, he's probably got a police
The way I've read
system.
it, decomp to me.
Oh God, I'm gonna throw up.
I know. Anyway, and that was like a real fucking thing. He's just cutting a rug with his fucking girl.
Cutting a rug.
So Elena's sister, okay, her name is N-A, which is really hard for me not saying Nana.
Nana.
So I'm gonna say Nana. Hey Nana. I don't know. But what's my name? I don't know. So we're just gonna say that she hears these rumors and she's like, wait, hold on. So you're telling me that creepy fucking old guy took my sister's dead body and it's in his house? And he's hanging out?
Could you imagine?
Yeah. Let's just say that this was 7 years he had her body.
7 years?
7 years. This was 9 years after she died.
Oh my God.
He had her body for 7 fucking years.
There's not enough Febreze in the world for that to keep that fresh.
No. 7, I don't even know how there's anything there, but I've never tried to soak silky materials in wax and put them over a decomposing body, so I don't know. I can't argue that the science isn't there, but that's fine. So she goes and gets the cops, and when the cops come back, let me paint this fucking sight for you. Carl has Elena in a kimono, which is what you're seeing, in the living room, sitting up in a chair, holding a rose.
Wait, he's got her, up with a rose.
Because he has lost his fucking mind.
Oh, I think he's okay.
I think he was just like,
You think?
Let's just put her on.
He's playing puppets with a 7-year-old body. Yeah, he's fucking lost it.
The cops walk in there, those two guys over there. They walk in.
Pants 1 and pants 2 came in. And they were like, listen.
And they're just like, this is a creepy ass fucking doll. And they're like, no, that's my fucking sister.
Oh, God.
That is my dead sister. Okay, well, let's arrest him, right? Let's take him to jail.
Arrest him for...
None of that makes sense. We're going to give him a psych eval. They're going to be like, he's competent to stand trial. And he is charged with, that's wantonly? Is that word? Wantonly?
Wantonly.
Wantonly.
Wonton
And maliciously destroying a grave and removing a body without authorization. Because that makes sense.
Yes.
You could not charge people for being the creepiest motherfucker. Now, in 1940, this shit goes, the trial is outlandish.
You think?
Let's imagine O.J. Simpson style.
Okay.
Everybody's there. Now, he testifies and is not sorry because he had an undying love and a devotion to her, and he just he professes his intense love, and he's like, it's gonna be fine. I loved her, guys. It's totally cool. I loved her.
We
You're
were
allowed
in
to
love.
do
She
that.
wanted this. She wanted to be like this. Will, I want you to do that after I die. If no one sees us dancing together in the window, were we really married, sir? Were we really married?
Dude, I would so be there like, hey.
Brooklyn would be like, hold her arm up. It looks weird.
So, he gets no days in jail.
Wait, what?
Because the statute of limitations had run out, and they just had to release him, and the trial's dismissed.
He didn't get arrested for any of this.
Nothing.
None of that. But that, can you see that?
I can see that.
For none of that.
None of that.
Oh, God. Okay.
So, real quick fun fact. Throw out a few, if you guys can guess, what year was it that it became illegal to bang all up in and around and on top of a dead body?
Spencer
What
was
year could you stop having sex with dead bodies?
Oh, I think there was
What time?
Read some.
1967.
You guys are going to be so sad to know it just happened. It's the act of 2003. It was in we can thank the Sexual Offenses Act of 2003. And that was the do you want to know what the max is for fucking up some dead body? A max is 2 years. So if you want to have sex with a dead body, do it.
Now listen, if I catch any of you fuckers at Elmwood after this, don't go to the Voices of Elmwood looking for some Poonan. None of you. Not bailing you out. Just because you know it's only 2 years, don't get cocky.
Right. Did you know that?
I don't know why I just literally thought everyone's going to be like running to the cemetery.
So I don't understand this because this was listed in the same act because I was just like, I need to know when did this become actually illegal? And they said that exposing a naked corpse in public is a public nuisance.
That is a nuisance. I don't want to see anyone naked in public.
I just don't know when that
dead.
would come up.
That's
like,
true.
when are you, I just have this naked body, or I have this body, I need to hurry up and put clothing on it. Like, I don't understand any part of that. Anyway, so back in,
all right.
The dude gets off, literally and probably, and apparently everyone is just like Team Count Carl von Kassel.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They're
Why?
like, oh my God, this dude is so romantic.
Romantic.
You're so romantic. I sympathize with him. How come whenever I die, no one's going to stuff me with rags?
That's so weird.
Look at this. They
I don't
literally, I know you don't want to. Well, hold on. Let me first say, women in the courtroom were literally crying when he was talking because they thought it was so sweet.
Stop.
Yeah.
They need to
They thought he was
raise
so
their
sweet.
standards a little bit.
So after he's released, he couldn't get a job, but he did give like tours through his laboratory of where he made Elena, and people actually were like, they paid cash for it. But her family that was still living, they say that was still living because most of her family really did die from tuberculosis. So who knows? We keep saying parents. It really could be like third cousin Thomas that no one fucking liked at Thanksgiving anyway. So we don't really know who it was. But they literally let the funeral home put her on display, and 6,800 people come from all over to pay $1 to look at her. And in the fucking photo, when you Google that, it's little kids.
No.
It's little fucking kids. It's fucking Aiden and Charlotte and fucking all those little kids just up there staring at that body.
That's so... Dad, thank you for just taking me to Mesker Park Zoo and not making me do that shit. Because that would have hit me a little bit in the heart.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
So he was so emboldened because he was like, everybody loves me. I'm fucking
Oh, God.
Carl.
He got cocky after that?
And he's like, can I have her body back?
He wanted his toy back.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Just so you guys know, the answer was no. Her body was eventually returned to the Key West Cemetery, where it remains today in an and this, I think this sucks, but in an unmarked grave in a secret location so that it can't be tampered with. So they couldn't tell anyone where they buried her because of him, and then because this became such a public thing.
Yeah.
So this sweet baby angel, who once more passed away from being sick, who specifically said she was not interested in a guy for the whole whopping year that she lived, then had to be buried in an unmarked grave, hidden.
Because he would come back.
And obviously, like, I don't even know if her family knew, because if her family would have gone and sat by a random tree, I'm sure fucking Carl's mouth would have been watering or some shit.
He would have chopped it down something.
He eventually leaves town and he moves near his wife, who, did anyone remember he had one of those?
I forgot that he was married. Ooh, what's she doing, the neighbor? I hope so.
I hope so, too.
Okay.
I hope she's doing anything. Anything and everything. I hope she's fucking thriving.
He, like, goes to kiss her, and he's like, ew, you're too warm. Well, like, what are you... I don't know. Like,
you smell too fresh.
Yeah. Why do you smell like human?
She actually ends up supporting him financially for, like, the rest of his life.
Okay, all these...
I can't, guys.
I'm
not Carl. I'm not
Thank
Doris.
God.
I'm none of these people. He ends up writing an autobiography, and he starts painting pictures of Elena. His obsession never leaves him. Can you hit the button while...
Yeah, you got
So
it.
we're going to fast forward to 1952, when a welfare check is called in for the 75-year-old man. It had been 3 weeks since anyone had seen him. He had passed away nonchalantly next to a life-size replica of Elena. This is one of the death masks that he had made of her. Oh. But he literally died next to a statue of her that he had made.
I mean, can't he just go meet a bitch
And his wife is still paying for his bills.
Can't he just go meet a bitch at a bar? Like, or something? And his wife is still paying for all his shit?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Now, there's another rumor, too, that he switched out the fucking body that they buried.
He stole it.
Yeah. There's a group of people who are pretty certain that he stole the body.
I mean, I'm 100% certain he did. He was calling the dead body. I bet he took it to his house.
Okay, we're going to talk about the necky part, which is the having sex with dead bodies.
The necrophilia part?
So they had asked him on trial if he had ever molested her. And he had said, no, I did not, because she was mummified. Duh. And then in 1972, two men, Dr. Forker and Dr. Deepu.
Wait, what? You're not skipping
Deepu.
Forker and Deepu?
Yeah. No.
I'm 12.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
And they present the information from the 1940 autopsy. And here are a few things that they saw. One doctor said that her boobs, I don't know why, they said that her boobs felt super real. And they also said that there was a paper tube in her hootie hoo.
Wait a minute.
So think of that like paper towel holder.
A paper towel in her
hootie. Woo-hoo.
Oh.
Woo-hoo. Pull over that ass too fast. Yeah.
Ew.
And yes, and so at the back end of the tube was a big pile of cotton.
I don't want to talk anymore.
Let that sink in like the semen did on that cotton.
You're so happy with yourself
I wrote
right
that.
now. You wrote it out.
I wrote that.
With a big pile of cotton?
I mean,
oh, God.
So some people are like, okay, number one, we knew that. There ain't no way. I read a whole bunch of things that he had like crawled into the coffin, and whenever he kissed her, he was like, sweet baby Jesus. So like, you know that if you're stealing a body and you've had it for 7 years and you've literally pre-packed everything inside of it, like it is a grocery bag leaving Trader Joe's on a long drive, that you're having sex with that.
I mean,
there's no way.
Yeah.
So we have the evidence, but people will say that because this came out 30 years after, that maybe it didn't happen, and I think that's just so people can feel better about the situation at hand.
Yeah, I don't feel good.
Yes.
I don't.
But yeah, there really was a really sad scenario, but that is the fucking insane story of Count Carl von Kassel.
God damn it.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Good job, Becky. Way to... All right, y'all ready for some more? No?
I'm ready to drink. Now I get to drink.
Yeah, now you get to drink and I'm going to talk.
So get ready for some sloppy me. No, I'm kidding.
Where'd he go?
I love that Heather's dad is recording all of this on his phone.
I know.
What a sweet angel.
It's probably facing the other way. Right. That's the thing.
Yes, Don't forget there are sassy snacks, y'all.
Do you guys...
How much are they?
There's
$10.
Sassy
delicious.
charcuterie cups called Sassy Snacks with our little sticker on it. So
they pair beautifully with every single beverage at the bar.
That they do. They do and they shall. Okay.
I think everyone went to rip a cig.
Everyone
went.
Can you guys hear us out there?
I think they can.
That's fine. Okay. You guys, I'm going to tell you the story, and this is about Jerry Brudos. Huh?
Of a girl named Lucky.
This is a story about a girl named Lucky. Early morning. Okay. You can't do that to me. You know I love Britney Spears.
I know. You tell me when to press the buttons, okay?
I usually do. Okay. So this is Jerry Brudos, a.k.a. the Shoe Fetish Slayer. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of him. Anybody?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
It's on Mindhunter. That's accurate. Yes. Mm-hmm. So for my story,
my favorite on that.
I use the sources World's Most Evil Killers, Season 5, Episode 1. Of course, Wikipedia, because I'm lazy. And then a book called Lust Killer by the wonderful Anne Rule. So I actually did this story back in July of 2022 on Episode 12 called Mud Shots. So if you've heard that before, pretend to be in shock and awe. So
I am going to do that.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'll talk about my dad when he gets back because he's not here, and I was going to tell him
I'm
happy
like-
birthday, and now it's weird. My dad's in the
like,
bathroom, but
what?
it's his birthday.
What could we bullshit as we hope? It's your dad's birthday?
It's my dad's birthday on Tuesday.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was
feel
going
like-
to tell him happy birthday, and now he's peeing. It's weird. Hey, Dad. There you
Happy
are.
birthday.
Happy birthday,
Yay.
Dad. There he is. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
That whoever invented the happy birthday song is stupid. Like everyone just stares at you and sings, and you're like, I don't know what to do with my hands. But I said that, one, because he's adorable and I love him. Two, because his name is also Jerry. So the whole time I'm talking about this weird person, I'm going to pretend to not look and make eye contact with my dad. So
I never once, did you pick him because of that?
no, it just happened to fall out that way.
Was your dad into true crime?
No,
Was anyone in your family into true crime?
my grandma.
Your grandma?
My grandma.
The one I know?
Yes.
She's a treat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that she's into it.
So I'm going to say a lot of weird stuff in front of my dad. So if anyone can, one, has any extra AirPods, and two, can teach him what the hell they are. He was telling people, he's so cute, I love you, Dad. Before, he's like telling everybody, I told him on the show, I'm like, you can't watch a podcast. But I love
Apparently you can right now.
Yes, because he has been taping the whole time. Okay. Jerome Henry Jerry Brudos was born on January 31st in 1939 in Webster, South Dakota. And he had an older brother who was clearly the favorite with his mom. And his dad was away for work a lot, so he stuck mainly solo at home with her. And his mother desperately wanted a girl, so baby Jer was an oopsie baby. Ooh. And so when she had another boy, Jerry, he was subjected to constant abuse, mental, physical, at the hands of his mom.
What an ass.
I know, rude. Just because.
What's the point?
Huh?
Like, I just don't get it. Like,
I don't.
I'm just like, oh, I'm so fucking mad you're a boy. I'm just going to kick your foot.
Yeah, she kick your foot.
Is that what they did?
She got knocked up and then blamed him. So the story behind the birth of the shoe fetish is linked to when he was playing with some stilettos that he found in a junkyard. Now, he's 5.
Hold on.
He's 5 years old.
You've interrupted me 400 times, so I can't wait to make it through this.
Yes.
But the stilettos were in a junkyard?
He was 5 years old, just kicking it in a junkyard. Now, I'm not a mom, so I can't speak to that, but I'm assuming that those who have children, you don't send them to the junkyard to play.
I'm pretty sure that we would just smoke cigarettes in their face and let a lot of pedophiles get them.
I mean,
that's what happened in the 70s.
Right? Like, do you want to ride on the hood of the car? It's fun. Yeah. Okay. So they described these shoes that he found at the junkyard as very flashy and shiny, and apparently his bitchy mom would never wear those. So she was very conservative. So he's like, ooh, pretty shoes. Oh. Pretty junkyard shoes. He brought them home, and his mom was so pissed that she burned them in the fireplace when he was watching. She was like, oh, you like these shoes? Cool, watch them burn.
Okay, I'm going to pre-question.
Okay.
Was she really terrible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I needed to know. I wanted to know, was it like that, or was she like, oh my God, ew, you got those from the junkyard? I'm going to burn that. They probably have fleas.
No, she was not like bougie. She was a bitch.
Okay.
Okay, you can
now I know.
To show his face.
I'll show.
Show his face.
I'm going to show.
Thanks. So then he goes to first grade, and his teacher was one of those like, I'm going to wear tennis shoes in and then switch to my heels. Well, he tried to steal her heels, and he got caught and embarrassed, and he ran out of the room. So this is in first grade. Like, I was like eating crayons. He's trying to steal his teacher's fucking shoes. Okay. In the early 1950s, they moved to Oregon, and he developed a fetish for women's underwear. Now, reportedly, he would steal his neighbor's underwear. So, like, pulling her britches B&E. He would just break in. And y'all probably noticed, like
new or used?
Probably both.
Okay.
Probably both.
I feel like new seems stupid.
Yeah, well, wait, what? What do you mean?
If you're going to steal it, aren't you stealing it for scent?
Ew! I mean, you're right, but ew.
I know. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm just speaking from all of our knowledge from true crime stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I hate the word, I'm going to have to say it. I hate the word panties.
Panties.
I hate it. I hate the way it feels in my mouth.
Numbers.
I hate it. So I'm going to say underwear, and y'all can just deal with it. So They said that he would wear the underwear and play with them, which I don't know what that means.
Oh, you just like fling them.
Nope. I don't want to think about it.
I also don't do that.
At age 17, he lured a teenage neighbor into his house and threatened her with a knife if she didn't get naked and let him take photos of her.
Oh.
So there's that.
How old was you? Say he was a teenager?
He was 17. Yes.
Is that a picture of him when he was 17?
No, but we're going to keep it there for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious what he looked like at 17.
That, but younger.
Because I feel like I could have fist fought him and won.
Okay. 8 months later, he talked to a 17-year-old girl, and he talked her to get into his car, and he's like, I'll just give you a ride home. Then he took her to a remote spot, and when she wouldn't take off her clothes and let him take pictures, he beat the shit out of her.
Aww.
Yeah. So Jer was big mad. He was big mad. Yeah. He wanted to see them titties and company.
Why does he have to, isn't Playboy?
I don't.
If his thing is like getting them naked and, I mean, obviously this is stage 1 of stage 5 serial killer. So like the first part is like, let me get my kink, but.
Yeah. I don't know. So a couple luckily overheard this and called the cops. And then in the spring of 1956, he was put into the state hospital for psychiatric evaluation. Now, they looked at him and they were like, he's just a horny teenager with fetishes and a mix of schizophrenia.
Oh.
Yeah. And they were like, he can't be saved. He can't be saved. No. And keep in mind that they said this, and he was only like 18, like I said. So birth of a sexual predator. And they thought it would be a good idea for him to spend his days in high school with his classmates. And then at night, he would come back to the state hospital. So he would go to like geometry and all that shit, and then he would go check into the hospital. They'd be like,
mental hospital.
Yes. So they'd be like, hey, Jer, like, you want to go to this football game with us? No, I can't. I got to go back to the psych ward. You guys have fun. Like, what do you mean?
I don't rape you all.
I got to miss the prom because I got to go check in and get my jacket. I don't know. It's weird. So after 9 months in the hospital, they were basically like, yeah, we can't help you. And they released him into the wild in December of 1956. And after a short stint in the military, he was discharged because he started talking about all this weird
when do
shit.
I go, shh?
What? She's my protector.
I was like,
I'm trying to talk. Go ahead.
They were like, we had to delete the episode. All you heard was.
It's just me yelling at you the whole time. So he was discharged from the military because he started talking about all this weird shit, and then he became a commercial electrician in Oregon.
So it went to, so he was.
So high school, then state hospital, then graduates, then goes to the military. And he's
How does he go to the military?
Because he graduated.
I understand. I totally get the graduation part. It's the mental health part I was asking about.
I don't know. They let him in and then they kicked him out.
Okay. I just feel like maybe that's why it's harder now.
Yeah.
Because most people are failing the psych evals.
I think so. So he, at 1963, he's 24 years old now, and he goes to work at a local radio station.
That's where it goes awry.
Right? I know.
Now we know.
And he met a 17-year-old named Darcy, which I wrote Dawsey because the narrator was British in the episode that I watched, so it's like Dawsey the whole time.
Half of Heather's notes were my notes, and she spelled the girl's name wrong, but so that it was easier for her to say. So when you go through all of my notes, they're all spelled wrong.
Yeah, it's all about me. Dawsey. So him and Dawsey. Oh, you can skip. Show him what this little tween looks like.
Let's do it. I'm doing it. Oh.
They got married and they spewed out a baby. So
that looks like she would have spewed out a baby.
All right, yeah. Doesn't she look like she would smoke cigarettes in the delivery room? You know that she had Marlboros rolling up there when the ambulance came and picked her up.
She looks like a mom that would grab you by the wrist real hard and jerk you.
Yes, she looks like the mom. Like if I went to your house and I got in trouble and she was your mom, she would beat me. Like she would hit me and not care.
Like she definitely looks like she's that aunt that literally hits you and you're like, my mom wouldn't be cool with that. And she's like, I don't fucking care. That's what she looks like.
Exactly. So he's still the same old whack job, even though he's married to the 17-year-old. But get this, he would have her not only wear stilettos when she did the housework, but he wanted her to be naked. Now, here's the
Travis
thing.
and Will just made eye contact with each other, and they were
No.
like, that's a reasonable request.
Don't make eye contact.
That is reasonable.
I'm going to
That's
be honest
reasonable.
with you. I'm making eye contact with you because you're legally bound to me. Nothing is hot about being naked on all fours scrubbing a tub or a toilet. No, you're sitting by my dad. Sir, my dad is blushing. Stop it.
Where's your battery power?
Is it not working? It's not plugged in. That's fine.
Right, do you have it? Oh, literally.
It's literally right there.
Okay.
So,
Hold on. I'm going to pause. Does Will know where it's at?
it's literally right here.
Okay. Everyone ignore what I'm doing. Carry on, Heather.
That's fine.
Tell me
You know-
about Dossie.
I will and I shall. So, I got thrown off by the naked toilet cleaning because I don't even like to do it with clothes on, let alone naked. So, by 1967, they had another youth, and when Dossie realized that cleaning naked just wasn't the life for her, she stopped doing that. And then that pissed him off.
Wait, so she was doing it?
No, she did it for the first baby, and the second one, she was like, yeah, I'm a mother of two, so I'm good. And I think at the other time, she was just too young.
Oh, okay.
Like, she was just like, this is what
all
wives...
the young girls out there are like, I've been cleaning naked for like 3 years.
Yeah.
That's exactly how Joffrey likes it.
That Joffrey.
How to say Joffrey.
Joffrey. Now, of course, this pissed Jerry off, and he had to look to the outside of his house to get his rocks off. And then soon after, he started stalking a woman and broke into her house with the intention of stealing her. You just showed me the old razzle dazzle. Literally right there. It's fine.
You're welcome.
It's totally fine.
It's charging, isn't it?
Yeah, you saved the day. So he broke into the house. He had the intention of stealing this woman's underoos, right?
Okay.
She unfortunately, this is sad, now I gotta be sad. She woke up while he was there, and then he attacked her and raped her, and then he ran.
So why didn't he break in when she wasn't home?
I didn't ask him.
Why didn't you ask him that?
I don't.
That's bullshit.
I didn't ask him, so I don't know. So
And especially if it's, anyway, I'm like, you're trying to break into houses and steal undies in bedrooms that people are sleeping. I need to know what time.
yeah,
Anyway,
I don't know. Now, this whole time on the surface, he's a hardworking family guy, especially like back then because people didn't talk about anything, and clearly he'd lost control. But could you imagine Dossie, her Facebook page now, like her status to be like Swift ring and stilettos, #wife life. Like, what do you, like,
That's
did she just
literally
think
what I'm
that
gonna
was
do.
normal?
Everything's going to be #wife life.
#wife life. By April of 1969, the cops were looking for 4 missing women who had gone missing over the last 15 months. And here are the murderers and the attempted murder victims. And you can switch
4
them.
missing women.
They were looking 4 missing women over 15 months.
Oof.
Yeah, in 1969. All right, buckle up. Okay, that's right. Nope, one more. There you go.
I'm doing it on all the tabs, sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ooh, yeah. Look at me doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay. Linda Slauson was 19. She was a door-to-door encyclopedia saleswoman who knocked on Jerry's door. She had one house left, and it was like storming outside, and she was like, oh, I need to make money. I'll go one more track.
Does anyone remember the door-to-door encyclopedia people? I remember that shit, man.
Did you buy any? You did?
Yeah.
I had to do a book
You
report
guys,
out of an encyclopedia.
At the end of the day, that was the only knowledge we had. It wasn't at our fingertips. It was at the edge of that encyclopedia.
That's right. For the younger listeners, ask them what an encyclopedia is. So, so January 26, 1968, she goes to Jerry's thing. And Jerry's like, you know what? I would love some encyclopedias. No. He lured her into the basement, and his mom and his children...
How the fuck? Don't go in basement.
Yeah, that's his mom and his children were in the house, and so she was just like, I think yes. So she's like, I just want to sell these books, right? And he's like, well, come down here. It's more private. We can talk. I don't care if he told me Kelly Clarkson is holding a puppy for me downstairs. I will not. go in a basement. I wouldn't even go in the basement here.
I would say, okay, number one, old building, duh. But number two, I kind of get it. If the family, that is how I would have ever been thrown into the back of a car or a van, is if there was like another woman or a kid or something like that. I'm like, oh, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
There's other people.
But they
You'd
were
never
like...
kill me with other people in the house.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Almost immediately, he knocked her out with a wooden plank and then he strangled her.
Aw.
He spent hours dressing her up in different undergarments that he had stolen, and shoes, of course. He arranged her body in provocative poses, and now it's going to get real gross.
Oh, I Googled. Okay, so
Yeah?
all those photos of like girls dressed up in heels.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. He
You can
used,
also see
y'all
these
listen, I'm
online.
going to need y'all to listen to this part. He used a hacksaw to cut off her left foot, which he kept in the freezer and used to model his collection of high-heeled shoes.
Do we know if he got engorged when he saw stilettos?
What does engorged mean?
I know.
Like
hard
a
penis.
Engorged? Maybe
I've been
you,
reading lots of books, guys.
maybe you did go to Harvard. A
That's what I'm
fancy word for
saying.
boner.
Yeah.
God.
I'm just kidding.
Engorged, she said.
But do we know?
I'm thrown off by the word.
I'm sorry. Now I'm curious. I want to know, was he hard for the foot or hard for the shoe? And did he just like high fashion?
I
mean,
don't
these are
have an answer.
reasonable questions.
I don't know. I wish I had an answer, and I don't. So, okay, now we're back to
Next time.
sad. We're back to sad. Back to sad. Okay. He disposed of her body in the Willamette River by tying her to a car engine and throwing her in. Now, some people just use cement blocks or something, but not this star student.
Where did he get?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't
That's that
know.
thing where I do that annoying thing. Anyone who listens to the podcast where I ask Heather questions like she was there on the night of the murder.
I don't know.
Was he wearing blue or was it that green shirt?
I don't know.
Same thing. I'm like, why did he pick that car? Why not a carburetor?
I don't even know
That's
what a
not even heavy
carburetor
enough.
is. Okay. I
Anyway,
don't know.
sorry.
You're good.
Thank you. I just have questions.
That's okay.
He's just like, I have a car engine to get rid of.
He's lousy with them.
What if he's a good mechanic and he just ripped one out of a car? Okay, it's fine.
I don't know.
That's sad for her,
I don't know.
though.
But
What a
there's a
way to
foot in
go.
the freezer, and that's all. That's where we're at.
All right.
Okay. So Jan Susan Whitney was 22, and her car broke down on November 26, in 1968. And Jerry was like, "Hey, I'll give you a ride to my house, and you can call the tow truck." And while still in the car, he strangled her with a leather strap, and then took her to his detached garage out behind the house. He kept her body hanging from the pulley in his garage for several days, during which he dressed, photographed, and he also had sex with her. Yeah. I forgot to mention he was a necky also. Shh, we're recording. Shh. Okay.
Golly. Cut that out, Jordan.
Yeah. Okay, this time, Jerry cut off one of her breasts and made a resin mold of it that he used as a paperweight. I'm going to say that again. He cut her tit off and put it on loose leaf 8.5 by 11s.
Right.
Okay. Anyway,
So
ask me whatever you want, and I will do my best. Go
I'm
ahead.
just like the top of it was just a nipple.
I don't
just
know
look-
if it was on the side. I'm assuming.
That's what, I mean, if it was cut off and it's that, I just feel like his wife would be like, why do you have a titty
He told her
weight thing?
that he was trying to get into the novelty business. I swear to God.
I cannot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I cannot.
Okay.
But who would ever think?
I don't know.
I'd be like, you're into weird shit. Stop going to Spencer's. I would never then think like you were just cutting off tits, making molds, killing people in the detached
I never
garage.
thought that you were going to make eye contact with me while saying, you're just cutting off tits and making molds.
I'm
Okay,
just
that was
saying.
threw me off.
I
Okay.
don't blame you.
Afterwards, he tied her body to a railroad iron and threw her in the Willamette River, along with Linda's foot, because apparently he was done with it or needed room for the Thanksgiving turkey or something in the I don't know, something. So Karen Sprinker was 18. She was abducted at gunpoint from a parking lot outside a department store in March of 1969. Now, Jerry was dressed in women's clothing during this attack, and y'all saw what he looks like. This is not Jerry's drag race. Like, he's not hot. He's not even a hot man, so he's not going to be a hot woman. He took her to
He
his...
had those like tiny little rat teeth.
Oh, 100%. Like he could chew through you.
Yeah, he'd get right through a wire.
100%. He took her to his garage, made her try on his collection of undergarments.
So she was alive.
For now. Yeah. And posed while he photographed her. He raped her. And then he strangled her by hanging her from her neck from that pulley. Now, he had sex with her on several occasions, and he also made molds of her boobs again. So he did that. Apparently, he was in the market for titty paperweights. I don't know. But after...
God, I bet that's a thing.
It probably is.
I'm super frustrated and kind of like just worn down by life knowing that titty paperweights are a thing.
I'll get you one for your birthday. So afterward, he tied the body to a 6-cylinder car engine with a nylon cord and threw her in the same river. Now, why does he have all the... I don't know why he has the car engines. I know you want to ask me. I can see that look in your eye. I don't know.
I'm like, did he work at a junk?
I feel like they're expensive.
They are. They're like, yes.
Like, yes? Okay.
Yeah, they are. So I'm just like, is he going to a junk? And he's just like, you know what? Every weekend, it's like antiquing, but he goes and he gets fucking engines.
Antiquing.
He's antiquing, but he's getting engines.
He used to play in junkyards when he was 5. Maybe just stockpiled. I don't know. Anyway, okay, Sharon Wood.
They're also weird and awkward and hard to hold.
Yeah.
I feel like
I am too. I'm weird and awkward and hard to hold. It's fine. Okay, Sharon Wood, 24. She was actually on the documentary I watched, and she's a survivor. So yay, point for our team.
Which one?
Sharon Wood.
She's not on here.
Well, because she survived.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got excited. Everyone Google Sharon Wood.
So Jerry attempted to abduct her at gunpoint from a basement floor in the parking garage in Portland in April of 1969. Now, whenever she was about to leave for work, she's like, shit, I don't have my keys. So she went down the parking garage and she was looking for her keys in her car, but then she couldn't find her car, which we do that quite a bit. And then...
all the time.
Yeah, so she realized there was a man behind her and he was like looking around too, and he tapped her on the shoulder and he's like, ma'am, you too? And he was also lost. So then when she turns around like, yeah, he pulls a gun on her.
Motherfucker.
I know. He's like, don't scream or I'll shoot you. And she backed up and she's like...
I'll be like, I'll shoot you first, bitch.
No, that's not what she said.
Right, that would be me.
She backed up and she was like, yeah, fuck you. And she started screaming anyway. And then he came at her to shut her up. She bit down on his thumb and got something called fear paralysis. Her jaw got stuck on his thumb, with his thumb in her mouth, which, first of all, gross. That sounds really germy, but anyway. But, like, bit down, and he starts hitting her on the head like a dog with a chew. Are you trying to do it?
I'm trying to understand.
Do you want to bite my thumb?
Yes.
Don't do it. But yeah, he was like trying to shut her up. She does this, she chomps down, draws blood.
And then her jaw just goes...
It locked.
And so then does he lose his thumb? Tell me he jerks it off and there's just blood everywhere.
Yeah, this is the point where we start calling him Old Nine Fingers. No, he has his thumb still. Because he beat her until she dropped the chew toy, quote unquote. And then a car started nearby and then he went away. Okay, Gloria Jean Smith, she was 15. He tried to get her the next day.
15?
And she got away. She didn't know sad story. She was just like, nope. She ran away, and he was like, I'll get the next one.
Got close.
Yeah. Linda Saley was 22. She was abducted from a shopping mall parking lot in April of 1969, which was 2 days after Sharon Wood. Now,
Can you do your nice way of being like, I can't.
I was like, hey, my ADD's kicking in. I'm almost done, I promise. I promise.
We're so close to completion.
I'm so close. We're in it to win it. Thanks, MCAT.
I want to hear the end of the shoe guy.
Okay, so Linda Saley, parking lot at the mall, right?
Yes.
2 days after this, after Sharon Wood bit his thumb. She was walking to her car. It was her boyfriend's birthday party that night. And she was like, I'm going to get him all the presents. Yeah. He came up to her and he accused her of shoplifting. Like all the presents. So he was like, come with me. And she's like, okay. And then gets in his car. And instead of going anywhere, he goes to his house. Which back then you kind of had to be polite and all that stuff. So.
Oh my God. Fuck politeness, ladies. We all know it. We all know it and we love it. Fuck politeness.
So he locked Linda in his garage. And then he was like, I'll be back. I'm going to have supper with my family first. Yeah. Like Jerry.
Oh my God.
Jerry came back, and then he strangled her, raped her, and then he played with her corpse. So I have to point this out. It's morbid, but I'm fucking saying it. So he decided not to cut off her breasts because they were too pink. Apparently, his paperweights had a color scheme he was going for, and she didn't fit that.
The nipple?
I mean, I think so.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Not like the skin.
That's why I was like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I see a lot of nipples, so I don't know what everyone else's is like.
I don't know. Look and see. No.
Like, mine are so tan.
Yeah. So after this, I'm going to flip my paper and then I'll tell you. After this, he tied her body to a car transmission again with the cars.
He has to be a mechanic.
He threw it in that freak. No, he was not. He was an electrician.
He lived near one?
I don't get it either. Like, I don't understand. Like I said, they're expensive. It gets on my nerves, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Reports say that after he would do all this, okay, y'all, I got to tell you this. After he did all this, he would come home dressed in the heels and masturbate. Who wooed at that?
Yeah.
I just want to remind you that...
Who doesn't masturbate in heels? That's the question for everybody here. Before or after killing someone is not the storyline.
Oh.
But we're all doing it. We know.
I want to hit the eject button because my dad's here, so I'm going to keep talking.
My dad is not.
I was like, anyway. Fuck, that threw me off.
All right, so here are my first questions.
Okay.
So it's obvious a detached garage.
Yes.
So there's no sound issue. The wife is never thinking anything.
She's just like, he's weird. We're just going to roll with it.
She's over here naked, cleaning out the cabinets.
She quit that. That's why he's running rampant.
But I'm just curious. I'm just trying to understand.
I need to point something else out. At this, he's only 30. He is 30 years old right now when he is running amok.
Amok,
a fucking muck. In May of 1969, this is 17 days after Linda went missing, 2 fishermen found her body in the Long Tom River. Now, I think I've seen his videos. I don't.
Long time.
Long time. Linda was a college student, so they went back to check with her friends and witnesses, and they were like, Jerry kept calling and asking her out. He would call the university and just ask to speak to a generic girl's name. So he would be like, is Linda there? And they'd be like, sure. And they just put him through, and he's like, oh, yes, I got a name. It's like blind dating and the...
I've never been more happy that my name is Brooklyn.
Right?
And not like Heather, that is much more common. You would have been fished.
Yeah, you're right.
And hooked, motherfucker.
I know, I'm nosy, too. And be like, hey, what's that?
Oh, my God, no, you would talk to them and be like, this is it. I just found the most amazing person on the phone that just called.
I love that you think I would...
You totally would. You would have a long conversation. You would know everything about him.
A long-term conversation.
He would probably start crying at the end of it. He would admit that he was killing people. And he'd be like, I don't know why, but I feel so comfortable talking to you. I just wanted to get this off my chest. I feel like I can talk to you, Heather.
You're right.
100%.
You're so right.
I'd be like, there's no Heather here. Click.
Yeah, you would have to come in and be the muscle. Now, one of the college girls actually said yes. And he came and took her on a date. And she gets in and he's like, how do you know I'm not going to murder you and throw you into the river like those other girls?
Like those other girls.
But she stayed on the date after that.
Because we do that as a joke. Remember, we've all fucking said that.
That's not a joke if they're like, that happened down the street. And then he's like, so.
Oh, no, you're totally right. I keep forgetting they're in an actual, like, murder zone.
Yeah, this is like murder zone. That's a good way to put it.
Is it a murder zone?
Yes, it is. So
no one should be going on dates.
So she made it out alive though, and then she arranged a second date. He called her and she said yes to a second date. Yes. So she did call the cops though, and she's like, it's kind of weird. And they're like, you should go out with him again. And she's like, I mean, I guess if you guys are gonna be there. And then he called her.
Wait, so she calls the cops?
She called the cops, but then he asked her on a second date, and she felt awkward, and she's like, yeah, sure, I'll go out with you again. And then she calls the cops after that.
Okay.
So she tells him yes to a second date.
I know, I'm just like, who is then like, so a guy called me for a second date, and I was like, I'm gonna call the fucking cops. I love the preventative measures.
Yeah.
Because what do we always say? We don't do things in case we're wrong. What's the worst that could happen? You just made a fool out of yourself for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Yeah. So the cops were like waiting, but then he calls her and she's like...
All because of the murder comment or because he kept staring at her feet?
I don't know. He's like, I really want you to put on these heels. No, I don't know.
Have you ever cleaned naked before?
I know. Scrub this tub and take your top off. I don't know.
I'm just... Question.
No, I mean, I have them also. And I love that you're so inquisitive. I love
At least I don't yell at you like you do me. Why did he do that?
I know. Do it. Bring it on. So, oh shit. Now I lost my spot. Here we go. Okay. And then he comes to pick her up and she's like, I gotta wash my hair. And she stalls because the cops are like, we can't be there right now. We need to wait. So he's like, you look fine. You should come. He's like, no. So then they come. They can't arrest him though, but they're like, we're on to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they start following him. And now...
They're all following him over this one thing.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure I understand. At this point, they're like, we just got to do anything.
Do you guys want to come back? We're having a church revival. Come on. They literally walked in and were like, everyone's looking at us, and turned around.
I didn't see. I had no idea anything happened. I was like, did something happen? I hate that I always miss it.
Do you want me to ask them to come back in?
I mean, you just did and they didn't.
So now they know who he is. They have his photo, and they start going back over the attacks over the last 15 months. Now, they quickly got to, after all the attacks, badass Iron Jaw, Sharon Wood, the one who bit down and wouldn't let go. She picked him out of a mugshot.
Yay.
Oh, yes. So Sharon did it. Gloria also came in, that 15-year-old, and was like, yeah, I kicked him in the balls and ran. That's him right there. So he was arrested on May 30th of 1969. And when cops reached out for an interview for Jerry Brudos, him and his family were gone.
Dun, dun, dun.
When they tracked him down, Dossie and the children were driving. And of course, the kids were in the front seat because 1969, they let them drive the fucking car.
They're like, car accident, fuck it,
But he was in the back underneath a sheet, shaking like a little chihuahua.
Okay, so Darcy, who doesn't know anything, is like, you know what, babe, hop in. You're uncomfortable. I can see you nervous about things. Just hop in the back, put the blanket over you.
Yeah.
What the app?
I know.
There's cops everywhere. I need to hide in the back. I'd be like, what the fuck? Damn it, Trap. What the fuck did you do?
I know.
Like, why are we doing this?
It's so weird.
I need to know more. The kids are in the car. What do we have to do? I only have that light blanket. They're going to see you.
Not that one, Jerry. That's my good blanket. Use this one.
Oh, okay. I don't get it.
When they took him in on June 3rd, he confessed to everything. Now, we knew that he'd be caught when they started, or he knew he would be caught when he searched the house, but he wanted to get credit for everything. So the cop said he was like cocky and smiling and everything. He did for a split second guess that because he called Dossie and he was like, hey, there's some weird shit at the house. I need you to burn it. I'm arrested. And she's like, I think I'm good, but I'm not going to do that. So you can go fuck yourself. So
I'm also like, if something happened, I would wipe your hard drive real fast.
Well, you should.
That's what I'm saying. That's like, was that not what he was like? Can you get the hook?
Depends on what you wanted me to do.
And all that shit out of the garage.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. So they found some of his photos, car keys from Jan's car, piles of women's underwear in the attic, and there were over 40 pairs of heels. Now, it sounds like a good collection.
That's a collection.
If it wasn't attached to dead ladies' feet. So, there's that.
Wait, there were feet in there?
No.
Oh, okay.
There were at some point because he liked to play dress up.
I was just making sure. I was like, oh my God, that's a lot of feet.
That's a lot. I don't like feet, so.
I thought you loved them.
I hate them with a passion. Yes.
Do I need to change this ever?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. So, in one of the photos they found, you could see it was the victim's hootie-hoo, like her Pikachu, in the mirror, and he was actually in the picture with it, and he's like, oh, that's not me. You're beside a vagina, sir. That is you. He didn't realize you could see him, and he was like, that's not me. They're like, that's literally your face.
In the photo?
In the photo.
And he never looked at the photo?
With her Pikachu.
So did he not, how did we get these photos?
I don't know how they did.
On an iPhone, because I don't feel like you go to CVS and be like, here are my murder photos.
No, he had a what do they call? where he developed the pictures.
Oh, Polaroid. Oh, a dark room?
Dark room. He had one in his house. I had to leave a lot of shit out or we'd be here for 5 days. So
I
he had
understand
one
that.
in his house.
I understand.
And he just told him, she was like, there's weird pictures in there. And she was like, he told her that he was helping out a college kid. So that's why he had titties all over there. Anyway, I left that out. Fun fact. Yeah.
Weird.
It is, some of this is a little weird. It's a little strange.
So the photo of him, that's obviously his like mugshot.
Oh,
he
we're
doesn't
looking
even look that intimidating.
Which one?
The biggest one to the left.
Look at the top right, though.
I'm not worried about the shitty accountant in my fucking work department because that's kind of what he looks like there. He's just like, I like cheeseburgers and I work too much.
He looks like he sweats just sitting.
Yeah, he does.
Like, I'm doing that right now, so I can't really judge, but I also don't have feet in my fucking freezer, so I'm allowed to
I
sweat
hear you.
when I'm sitting.
He just doesn't look that intimidating. Like, I really think I would have shot him before he could
you imagine him coming at you dressed as a woman, though? Being like, let me get them toes, girl. Like, what are you? No? Okay.
But I can see how he'd get that close to you, though. You know what I mean? Like, if you're in a parking garage and he's like, you can't find your car either.
He's like, me too. And I'm like, oh, shut up. Yeah. So he was charged with the murders of Karen, Linda, Slaley, and Jan. And where's that? Despite his confession of Linda Slauson's murder, there wasn't enough physical evidence, and unfortunately, they never found the body. Now, this fuckbag...
Which body did they not find?
Linda Slauson's.
Oh.
Yeah. This fuckbag tried to plead not guilty by reason of insanity, which valid, I get that. But he changed it to guilty when he was like, oh, they have everything they need. So on June 27th, 1969, Jerry Brudos was given 3 life sentences because the death penalty was not an option in Oregon. Now, he was denied parole twice, thank baby Jesus, and while he was locked up, every person that came in contact with him said he never once gave 2 shits. He had no remorse. He said he was just trying to move on with his life, if you will.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a cute little song.
I don't know.
You want to do the chorus?
I have so many feelings when people are like, yeah, I murdered people. And I'm like, so fucking what? And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's real fucking
You're so scary.
Yeah. Okay, get this though. He would write to shoe companies from prison to get their catalogs because it was porn. So he would write
So
up
it was
the J.C. Penney's.
So it was the feet, or wait, so
and
it was
be
the
like,
shoes.
give me the fall line.
Could
of
you imagine?
heels.
Payless had the ugliest fucking shoes.
Payless.
Like, there's no sexy in Payless. Payless is where you went when you were in middle school with your mom, and she was like,
The
we need to
BOGO.
get you your Easter shoes.
Yeah.
I think I got a pair of shoes for Earth Day when we planted a tree.
Your Easter shoes.
You know I'm right.
They always had a BOGO sale. I'm like, will you just say that they're
For
this much?
$14.99.
It's just like sushi.
Like 2 for
it's like
$7.
sushi here in town. They're like, it's half off. I'm like, that's how much it costs. It's that price every day. It's never $15.
I love feeling like I'm getting a deal and a steal.
I mean,
Give me the
but
50%
marketing,
off. I'll buy it every day.
Wasabi has been here for 42 years. Like, it's not a ploy. That's
And we
your
love
price.
wasabi.
We do.
I just want to say that.
We do love
No Wasabi Express.
Anyway, so he'd write the shoe companies and get his porn.
That's nasty.
Now, here's the good part,
Also
because
smart.
we hate him. He died of liver cancer in March of 2006 at the age of 67.
2006.
2006. He was the longest incarcerated person in Oregon by the time he died because he served 70, or whoa, I got dyslexic for a second. 37 years. It doesn't feel like that long.
So
maybe
he was
that's why I
only
tried to flip
30 when he did everything?
it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when he got out of the psych ward, does no one feel like at the end of this, did everyone feel like they fucking failed?
Yeah,
like
they
the
should.
system failed again?
They said he can't be rehabilitated, and they threw him back out there. And he did all this in 15 months. Yeah. So I know what you were going to ask about Dossie. Let me tell you about Dossie.
I forgot about that bitch.
I'll remind you.
Thank
So
you.
according to Grunch.com, she had no prior knowledge to his actions, and they were married 8 years. A lot of things happened in 8 years, but she just turned a blind eye. She was also young and naive in a time where women
How
were
old was
supposed
she?
to... They got married at 17. So like,
How many of you think that Darcy knew?
Do you think that she knew? Really?
How many of you think she knew something was fucking up in Pirates Cove?
She was-
like something was weird. My man, something's weird.
Something, okay.
Something's up.
I feel that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he had actually installed an intercom system, so she would have to ask permission to go into the garage, into the basement. So she knew. So she'd be like, "Hey, the pizza rolls are done," and he's like, "I'm just doing something. This foot, I can't." Like,
just fucking this foot.
You know, every time he walked up, he was so sweaty. Like he would just walk in and be like, "What's for dinner?" And I'm like, "Get that toe out of your mouth."
He's always like double checking the mirror to wipe off his lipstick or something. Like, I just gotta make sure.
But he wore
the barrettes are out of my hair. Everything's fine.
He wore women's clothes under his clothes.
Oh.
So like he must have been going to Lane Bryant or some Torrid because he does not look. I mean, I'm a thick girl, so whatever, but you know he wasn't going to Victoria's Secret.
Just tucking it in with his fucking flannel.
Sucking and tucking.
His flannel on his Levi's.
And his man Spanx, for sure.
How did she not, like, did she ever, like, wash laundry and was like, this isn't my bra?
I don't know.
Whose is that?
I don't know.
These panties are a size XL. That's not mine.
Don't say that word.
Panties.
Now, God damn it.
What?
I'm almost done, I promise. So one witness, this nosy neighbor, came forward. I
love nosy neighbors. They do the best.
Yes.
Except for the ones that then tell you where your stalker lives.
Yeah, but she came forward and she's like, "Oh, I saw Darcy carrying a body to the car with Jerry."
Shut the fuck up.
So they had to go to court. After all this, Darcy had to go to court to prove herself that she didn't know anything about this, and she got acquitted. So all y'all that raised your hands, I'm just saying, by a court of law.
I'm sorry, did O.J. Simpson go to jail, or did he get acquitted?
Oh, that's true.
So people can get acquitted that do things.
That's okay. Don't make me look stupid in front of my friends.
Oh, sorry. No, but I've also, like, read a lot of books where, like, that was a scenario where, like, women, they were married to serial killers, and they were like, now that you tell me this, obviously this was written off of them.
Yeah.
And the family was, like, completely stalked. They had to move, relocate, change their names, because everyone automatically assumes that you know, as we just heard the story, and we're like, this bitch knew, and we are judgy bears. We are judgy little fucking bears, and who cares? As long as we don't send them hate mail and we keep it to ourselves, we can be judgy.
Fine. That's right. Somebody just said amen. It is Sunday. Thanks. Amen. Blessed be the fruit, or whatever we're supposed to say.
Blessed be the fruit.
Anyway, listen, y'all. We made it. That was the fucked up story of Jerry Brudos. We made it.
We did make it.
We did. Oh, made it. This microphone smells so weird, y'all. I've been thinking that for the last, smell it. Doesn't it smell like you left towels in the dryer?
It does kind of smell weird. I'm not holding mine.
I'm a mouth breather, but I can smell it through my nose.
Okay. Well, just some things. So, thank you so much for...
Thank you, guys.
Oh, wait. We have to make sure we do the giveaway. All right. One thing is we just started our merch store.
We did.
You guys saw that. Let's do a big round of applause because Heather did every single part of it from very, very start to very, very fucking end. I did zero, including make this flyer. It's all Heather Terry.
What?
My sweet angel. Like, rate, review, all those things. Heather did a cute little follow us, so you can follow us on anything and everything. Please don't leave here without at least subscribing to us, because that would have been really just the whole fucking point.
It does help us. So help us, help you, help us.
By telling you fucked up shit about fucked up people doing fucked up things. Yes. So,
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have it written here.
We have a leading lady that we need to come up here.
Oh, we do. Our leading lady, our Kelsey Jarbo.
Kelsey.
Our sweet baby angel. Get that fine ass.
Give Kelsey a round of applause.
So Kelsey Jarbo has been helping us along our journey, making sure that we know what the fuck we're doing it, how to do it, and how to do it well.
We also need to talk about how she showed up here looking cuter than us, which I'm super annoyed about, but whatever.
I'm not shocked at that.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm not mad.
Yes, but if you guys are looking for a fun girls' weekend, please make sure that you check out the Bluegrass Barbie Airbnb.
Yes.
We put on some flyers out there.
So who here knows that Brasher says holler and swaller? You guys know that, what the deal is? You say holler and swaller. Well, you guys have also listened to our podcast, and you know that we say, what do we say at the end of our episodes? Thank you. Can I pet that dog? and we're going to do it together, and then I'm going to get the fuck down and drink a mimosa. So are you all ready?
Hold on. No, we're not ready.
Oh, we're not ready.
Oh, Dave Spencer let me know that transmissions don't have serial numbers in case that helped.
What?
And if you have an underwear
Did he
fetish
text you during the show?
He did. I just know.
Wait.
Hold on. Transmissions don't have serial numbers, and underwear fetishes are under the blanket is called paraphilia.
Why, Spencer?
Paraphilia.
Spencer, you are a treat wrapped up in a riddle, and I love you.
We love it. All right, guys. Are you guys ready on the count of 3?
All right, on the count of 3, we're going to say, can I pet that dog? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Can I pet that? Thanks, y'all.
Thank you all.
Thanks, y'all.
Theodore, can I pet that dog?